August. Well, Bryan, thanks for doing this again with us this year as we kind of preview the Kansas State Fair, the upcoming fair. You and I talked last year about a lot of the improvements that you wanted to make. Bring us an update on that.
Well, we've done a lot of updates this year. We started out in April, and we did just about $1 million worth of asphalt overlay on the grounds. We've got a little bit left with fair coming as fast as it was. We really didn't want to have areas where it was still fresh because of a lot of the big equipment. We wanted to have time for it to settle in. So after fair and KGLS, then APEC will come back out and do a lot of the other areas that weren't done, mainly behind the barns and some of the other side streets. So that was one of the big things. The other one was our public address system. During the 2022 legislative session, they awarded us $1 million towards a public address system. We worked with Hop Sound out of McPherson. They were able to put in a phenomenal sound system. So every building now has a sound system. It's all tied together. We can do an all call out to all of the grounds.
Wow.
We can do building specific. We can do inside only. We can do outside only. We also worked with Pat James to do some recordings for us. So we've got like 19 emergency pre-recorded messages. They can be anywhere from we have imminent weather coming, take cover. We have a tornado warning. We have a tornado watch. We have an intruder on the grounds. We have an active shooter on the grounds. All of those were done in English and in Spanish. So there's about 19 of those that are pre-recorded. So it's a matter of hitting a button and those pre-records will go out. We also have the ability to put out messages throughout the day. At 2 minutes to 10 every morning, the national anthem will play on the grounds. This is all pre-programmed. Every night when we're ready to close, we hit a button is pre-programmed saying thank you for coming out to the fair. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So great opportunities, especially when we have a lost parent, because we all know that kids never get lost. Yeah. So it's always the parents. So yes, we have that where we're able to make an announcement and say, Mary and Bob Smith, please come up to the administration building. The other thing is if we have somebody that is illegally parked or blocking somebody in, we can make those announcements saying, we have a white Ford F-150, Kansas license plate, blah, blah, blah. We need you moved immediately, otherwise you will be towed, type of things. Before, we just had to call a tow service. So that'll be a big change. We've added a lot of lighting to the grounds. I
did notice that when I was driving in. There is a lot more.
We did a lot of lightscaping is what it is called. Christmas Decor came out here and did a lot of Gottschalk Park.
Yep.
A lot of the administration park behind us. Also right up by the Lair White House. And then the Lowen Corporation Lake Talbot stage area. That all the trees are all lit up there. We did receive some additional dollars this last year to do an upgrade of our lighting, so we're going to be working on that. We also, this year, and they're just in final stages right now, upgrading all of our cameras on the grounds, added even more cameras and other security issues on the grounds. So 2 things that didn't get done this year that we're kind of bummed about, but it is the supply chain thing.
Yeah.
We thought, and we were hoping and praying that the Oz Gallery as well as 4-H Centennial Hall would both have air conditioning. Their units have been back ordered till maybe October.
Oh, yeah.
We're hoping to have it in by end of year for next year.
Yeah.
That's all we can do is hope.
Yeah. You're not going to get it all in 1 year, baby.
Exactly. We also added a 16-foot high by 28-foot long grand-sized west side grandstand screen.
Wow.
So that's right on the west side of the grandstand that will overlook the carnival area where Tyson came in as a major sponsor on that for a 3-year contract. We're able to put up what's going on in the grounds, all different kinds of stuff. Off season, we're looking at doing some drive-in movies because it'll be connected up to our PA system.
That would be fantastic.
So then, there's lots of other fun things that have come around this year. Just, things that people probably won't see or even know that they're there, but they're there. We increased the number of AED machines on our grounds.
Wow.
Last year, we installed them. We had 11. We ended up having to use them twice. One of them, the lady did not make it. The other one, she did make it. And the second Saturday during the the swine show, the open swine show, she is going to thank the two highway patrol troopers.
That's awesome.
By giving them life-saving award plaques. So that'll be a really cool thing. So we've got 18 AED machines on the grounds now. We also increased the number of bubblers. Those are the water bottle filling stations throughout the grounds, so people will stay hydrated. The House of Capper is all brand new. I mean, there's a ton. We can stay here for all day long. Yeah. The interactive fountain, the water fountain out here where the kids play in, we had it all redone this year.
Wow.
So we're hoping that
You've been working, and your staff's been working.
Our team has been crazily busy, yes.
That's awesome. So talk to me a little bit about one of the things that people love about the fair is the roving entertainment and some of the different things.
Yep.
What do you have this year?
So last year, if you remember, out in Gottschalk Park, we had the High Dive Act.
Yep.
We worked with that company again, and we're bringing in iFlip. It is an aerial acrobatic show. They'll start setting up on Wednesday, and it is in-air activities. They also have what they call a trampoline wall, where you jump off the top, land on a trampoline, and then bounce into like windows in a house. And then they also have a speed tramp where it's probably, I think it's 25, 30 feet long, where they'll do cartwheels, flips, and then a comedy routine. Yeah. That'll be out here in Gottschalk Park. Up in the Low Incorporation Lake Talbot Free Stage area, we have a interactive, it's called Dinosaur Experience. And there will be a dinosaur that will be roaming the grounds in the back of a truck and meeting the kids, as well as a dig and some other experiences up there. We have X Pogo. It's a pogo stick jumping group. They'll be doing shows right out in front of the Lair White House. Wow. We have Kenny Ahern, who is a really good friend of mine. I've known him for about 15 years. He is going to be putting on his family variety act over on the north side of the Bison Arena. And we've got so many things.
Just a little bit of everything.
The Cowboy Circus coming in the first weekend. Danny Grant, to get another really good friend of mine who's been in the industry for years, coming out teaching the kids about rodeo and being able to rope and all that kind of fun stuff.
That's cool.
So that'll be a fun event. Just a lot of other things like our free stages. LaManna has worked very, very hard this year about making sure we have a lot of Kansas-based entertainment. That's awesome. That will be awesome. We're doing 2 free concerts at the People's Bank and Trust Arena on Friday night as part of the Kansas Lottery's Chief Red Friday. We have Blaine Howard doing a concert. Yep. And then on Saturday night, we have Victor Trevino Jr. doing, he is the ultimate Elvis impersonator.
That's awesome.
And he'll be doing a free stage, a free concert over at the People's Bank and Trust Arena as well.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about the grandstand.
Yes.
You guys have got a little bit of everything as always, but it is, one of the things that I always hear on social media every year that the fair announces a lineup. A lot of people complain about this, that, or the other. I haven't heard that this year.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you guys did to make everybody happy.
Yeah. And I'll be very honest, it's very difficult. We get compared to a lot of the other state fairs across the country.
Yeah.
They probably have $2 to $3 million budgets.
Yes.
We have I think this year we had an $800,000 budget.
Yeah.
That was for the grandstand and our free stages.
Yeah.
We're trying to move that back up so we can get in. But yes, we have a great lineup and very diverse. We've got Need to Breathe on Friday night.
Yeah.
Carly Pierce and Megan Maroney, both huge country stars on the move up. Sunday we have Rob Schneider and Byron Kennedy on the comedy. Monday we're doing Demolition Derby. Tuesday we have Cooper Allen and Frank Ray. Cooper is huge on TikTok and has just bloomed. Frank Ray is a former police officer from Las Cruces, New Mexico, making his way up in the country scene. Wednesday night, this is going to be phenomenal. We have Matthew West and Ann Wilson. Yeah. We've actually created this year a state fair choir. Sterling College is bringing in, I think, 18 or 20 from their choir department, and they're going to be singing with Matthew West
Wow.
on his brand new song. So that is going to be amazing.
That is phenomenal.
Thursday night Hairball. I don't know if you've seen Hairball.
Oh, Hairball's great.
I've worked with them again for about 15, 16 years. Mike Feinling, their manager, is just phenomenal, and I can't wait to see the guys. So that's Thursday night. Friday night is the area that is going to be probably the biggest change for us. We really started looking at our diversity for the state fair. This year, we went out and we worked with several different agents, and we were able to bring in La Feria de Ojinaga, who is a regional Hispanic band from Mexico, and they are gaining traction really big, got a great following. So we're expecting a big evening on Friday. Saturday, we're going back into our hip-hop stage, bringing back Ja Rule, and we decided to pair electronic dance music. We've never had that at the fair. So we brought in Disco Line, who is a DJ, to open up for Ja Rule. And then we close out the fair at 4 o'clock on Sunday, the 17th, with All-Star Monster Trucks.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything. We did our Metal and Soul patio VIP areas. Most of those have sold out. It was 7 tables of 6. And with the package, you got beverages, food, early admission, parking, all that kind of stuff. And or you could be on the north end, and that's just a table of 6 chairs and better seating and stuff like that. So awesome stuff there. And then the Mel Hamilton Ford, a party pit right in front of the stage, except for 2 shows. It'll be a party area. So
that's awesome. Well, before we let you go, one of the things that we did last year is we talked about some of the goals for next year that you were already working on. And it's kind of interesting because we talked about last year and you pretty much got everything done for this year. So what can you officially tell people that you're working on?
Sure. Well, one thing I didn't touch on, and I think it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
As part of the Kansas Lottery Chiefs Red Friday, we're bringing back KC Wolf, the drum line, and we have the Super Bowl trophy coming.
That's awesome.
On Friday afternoon from 2 to 6. It'll be in the House of Capper, and it'll give you the opportunity to come up. We'll snap a picture for you. That is going to be huge. We want to thank our friends at the Chiefs and also the lottery for helping us out with that. That's going to be huge. So
and you got your PA system, so
and
you can tell everybody,
hey, come and get in
go
line.
see the trophy.
Yep. Our thing after this fair is done, obviously, like I said, finishing up our asphalt project.
Yeah.
We're finishing up the rest of the expo center. For the arena, the horse arena, we're redoing the railing and the concrete around that. We're also going to be working on lighting throughout the grounds. That is a big part. The legislature stepped up and said, we agree that we need to do some things with lighting. So after the fair, we'll be looking at a full new lighting plan of changing over some of the metal halide lighting, putting it into LED. That way we can keep them on year-round versus now when you turn them on, the meter just starts spinning to the crazy. So, and we just want people to know that it's a safe location out here. The State Fair Foundation is in the process of building a new foundation event center right next to the Domestic Arts Building. That will start, I believe it's on the 20th of September. They've already tore down the old Fine Arts Building. They'll start building that.
As soon as the fair's over.
Yep. And that will be ready for the 24 fair. It will be a indoor beer garden, event center. Overall, I mean, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
That's awesome.
The renderings that we've seen and stuff like that. So we're very excited about that. And it's just, a facility this large, 275 acres. There's always something that needs to be done, and our team is on it, and we just want to make sure that restrooms down in the grandstand, 4 of the 8 were redone this year. Depending on finances, we'll probably take on the other 4 next year to get those done. Epoxy coat from ceiling to floor so they can be power washed. All the 15 layers of paint is gone. So pumped up about that. I mean, just lots of things that are going to happen.
Little things that people don't see that they appreciate in the end.
Yep, exactly.
I think that's great.
Yep.
Well, before I let you go, promote the fair. When does it start? And
It's just right around the corner here. Starts on Friday the 8th of September. We have our opening ceremonies at 11 o'clock. And that just kicks off everything. Grand Drive weekend is our first weekend. That'll be when 4-H and FFA kids come in here and as part of the Grand Drive. And then the rest of the week we've got livestock just about every day on the grounds. We will wrap up on the 17th. This is our 110th year at the Kansas State Fair. Wow. We only missed 1 year, and that was in 2020 because of COVID. Otherwise, what I would highly recommend is if you're coming out to the Kansas State Fair, get on our website, kansasstatefair.com. There's a button that says plan your trip. Just know by going there, you're going to be able to find out what's brand new on the grounds, from food to if you need a ride from the parking lots up to the grounds, and then getting on the tram in the grounds, taking a tour around that. All the policies and everything that are in play on the grounds, our special days, how to get in for inexpensive, all that kind of stuff is in there. Plan your trip and make the most of it. Bring your family out here and let's create some traditions.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it, sir.
Absolutely.
As always.
Absolutely.
You